This is the newest, most exciting entertainment show where nothing is off limits.
We bring you real, authentic, and raw conversations.
Enjoy good vibes, fashion, and lifestyle from your favorite celebrities.
Fun, trending topics, games, and educative segments.
Every Tuesdays from 3 p.m. and Saturdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. With me, Lavin Nyagoa
and Hazel Jeru.
Only on The Unfiltered. Good afternoon. It's a beautiful Wednesday, and when you see me on this particular day, you know that we are here to celebrate family, friends, or any other person that in one way or another has been affected by the virus HIV and AIDS. So today the topic of the day is the effect of HIV and AIDS to the community, and of course I have an amazing guest on set who's gonna be taking us through that particular topic. While at it, remember to follow TAS TV across all social media platforms. That is at TAS TV on Facebook, TAS TV official on YouTube, www.tastv.co.ke on our website, and TAS TV_KE on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And do not forget that the sponsors of the day is the Smart Shopper. We have amazing bracelet set that we are selling at just 1,200 Kenya shillings. It comes with a necklace, bracelet ya mkono, and then earrings. So if you have a friend, if you have a sister, if you have, you know, anybody that you'd wish to actually gift that, then we definitely have such a good package for you. At 1,200 you're able to get that product. So guys, let's get straight into, you know, today's topic without wasting so much time. Hello.
Hello.
Sasa.
Wow.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
So please introduce yourself, talk to our dear viewers, tell them who you are and what you do.
Yes, my name is Onyango Kennedy. We are okay. My name is Onyango Kennedy. Mimi ni Boresha Jamii, natoka Boresha Jamii, and what we usually do is we go to the community, we help the community, we talk with the people around in the community, and we educate them about the effect of HIV and AIDS.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's nice. So to begin with the topic of the day, maybe just give us an overview. How has HIV in the long run affected the general, you know, community, more so those communities that you've dealt with, that you interact with one-on-one on like a daily?
Yes, the effect of HIV and AIDS on the people in the community. One, we find that most of the people are dying, and that is inaleta hiyo kitu inaitwa mortality rate. And when people die, the rest wanakuanga na sorrow because they lost their loved one.
Yeah.
And the second thing is the inaleta hiyo kitu inaitwa dependency syndrome. Because when the person dies, ataacha like he will leave children behind, and these children, it will be very, very difficult for the person who is taking care of them. And the sick also, the person who is sick is also affecting the people who are not sick, because they are not doing work.
Yeah.
They are just there, and they are waiting this person to come and give them food.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you've mentioned those as, you know, the major effects that
Yes.
come with death, especially when we talk about HIV and AIDS. So what would you say are some of, you know, of course we have visible signs zenye that come with being affected, being infected with HIV and AIDS.
Yes.
What are some of the few that probably you'd mention?
Some of the
few signs, the visible signs that, you know, zikitoka pale nje, the
Yes.
whole community itakuwa like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, like when you look the behaviors of youths, like sometimes they have that immorality. They have a lot of immorality in that they engage themselves in different bad behaviors which can really make them to get that HIV and AIDS. And the second thing is when like around in our community, I'm from around Lake region, and there like you find that most of the time they go around the lake, and there like they do a lot of bad behaviors, like going to disco matangas, and again some people are not circumcised, and when you are not circumcised, then it is easier for you to get that disease.
Okay, so what is the importance of circumcision when it comes to HIV and you getting the virus?
The importance of circumcision is, one of all, it reduces the rate on which you can get that disease.
So does that actually just apply to HIV and AIDS, and it also protects you from all the other infections?
Yes, it can also help you not to get intact with the STIs, sexually transmitted infections, like syphilis and cancroids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so last week we talked about, you know, mental health and HIV and AIDS, how mental health actually affects mtu mwenye ako na HIV and AIDS, and today you've mentioned something to do with immorality.
Yes.
So how do we make sure that we can tame immorality to the extent that we help reduce these rates za kupata HIV and AIDS?
The ways on how we can tame that immorality is, one, we can engage youths in community activities, like MCAs. They should bring like football match around the community, so that the youths can participate there, so that, because that immorality comes when they are not engaged in some activities. Yes.
Okay, so do you feel that, of course umesema activity, huwezi sema MCA can bring the activities on like a daily ama each and every day of the week. Kama ni activity ni mara moja, maybe once a week.
Yes.
But do you think that will really tame the rate of immorality in the community?
And again, I think the like bringing bad things in the community, like if you bring that disco matanga in a community, then youth to engage in, that's also bad. So what we should do, we should bring that strict restriction on how to make our youths engage themselves.
Okay, so away from that, let's talk about, you know, the initiatives that are being put in place by the government to make sure that, you know, they are doing something for people who are highly affected, anybody who's affected, because the community is large. Yes. Looking at, for example, a slum like Kiandutu, not a lot of people uko wako na HIV, but nobody is going to come out akwambie, you know what, mimi niko na HIV. It's even okay, because nowadays ARVs, somebody is just as healthy as any other person is. So it's so hard for you to kujua who between the two, ama who between nani kwa hii crowd akona the virus, ndio?
Yes.
So what are some of the initiatives that are being put in place by the government to tackle, you know, HIV and AIDS in the community?
I think one of the initiative is bringing that like the testing, like the testing should be free, and of course it is free.
Yeah.
And again, we should bring like community workers to at least help the people come out to go and get tested. Yes. Okay.
Last week, acha nikurudishe tu nyuma, because last week we had another team of psychologists. Does it mean when you say people being tested for HIV and AIDS, is it the self kits zenye wanapewa, ama the organizations that come together to like test these people? Which one? Because last week tuliambiwa there is the aspect here, it is not advisable that mtu ajitest akiwa peke yake.
It is not advisable though, but if you are not feeling like to go kwa nini Okay, to go
to the VCT.
To go to the VCT, then you can just buy your test kit and uende nayo kwa nyumba ujipime. Yes.
Okay, so hiyo tu moja ndo peke yake the only initiative that is being put in place by the government?
Another one is distribution of condoms, free condoms. And when we distribute them, maybe we can distribute, but you don't know how to use them. And us as a Boresha Jamii, like we help the community, we educate them on how they should put that, like how they should use condoms. Because if you use condoms in a wrong way, then they will burst. And after bursting, you are not safe. Yes. So as a Boresha Jamii, we go around the community, we distribute free condoms. Then we teach them on how to use them, because most of the people don't know how to use condoms.
Okay, so that is where awareness comes in.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice, guys. So this is actually the first part that we are doing about, you know, today's episode. We are talking about the effects of HIV in the HIV and AIDS to the community. So remember to send in your feedback, but for now we are going on a short commercial break, so I'm gonna see you after that. Welcome to TAS Media Institute, the home of undiscovered talents. You will be trained by professionals who have a passion in what they do. Do not be left behind. Enroll now and become a pioneer of TAS Media Institute. We are located at Neema Plaza, 2nd floor along Kenyatta Highway in Thika Town. Life can sometimes take unexpected turns, and this family's story is no exception. When a gas explosion completely changed the course of their living, Mr. Joseph Lual and his family have been forced to face unimaginable hardships. But even in this phase of adversity, they have managed to persevere with so much resilience. And as the saying goes, adversity introduces you to yourself. Let's get the story of Mr. Joseph and his family.
So welcome to the first episode of Brain Busters. My name is Mwangi Dominic. Leo tuko barabara ya MKU, tunauliza maswali tatanishi.
At TAS Media Institute, we let you discover your talent. This is the newest, most exciting entertainment show where nothing is off limits.
We bring you real, authentic, and raw conversations.
Enjoy good vibes, fashion, and lifestyle from your favorite celebrities.
Fun, trending topics, games, and educative segments.
Every Tuesdays from 3 p.m. and Saturdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. With me, Lavin Nyagoa.
And Hazel Njeru.
Only on The Unfiltered. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And maybe just nipeane to shout out to everyone, to people who are watching. We have Eliza Pauline tuned in, Imacha Manjeru watching from Thika, tuned in for an informative show. Asante sana. Herbert Eric tuned in from Thika, thank you. Ndishu N tuned in the big show. Asante sana. Dominic Mwangi watching from London with my family, educative topic. Asante sana. Prince S, show iko poa, amazing. Katoni the presenter watching from Nyamira County. Josephine Jenna tuned in from Kitengela. Rachel Kamau, are the ARVs given for free? I think that's a question. So we are going to start with that. Asante. We have Elim Songa, Wuhan, China. Interesting topic. Asante. Christine Musioka, amazing. Tuned in from Homa Bay County. Thank you so much. Virginia Nganga, watching from Mombasa. Frederick Morara, topic ya leo iko lit from Maryland, USA. Tuned in. Star Mwar, such a nice and educative topic. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in. Asanteni sana for the support. And maybe just to start with the question yenye imeulizwa kwa the comment sections, are ARVs given for free?
Yes. ARV is given for free.
Yes.
And you can ask yourself that where should I go?
Yes.
And I think if you go to hospitals, I think you'll just get free ARVs. Or if you go to the
LVCT centers.
Yes, you'll just get them free.
Okay, that's really amazing. So I hope swali yako imejibiwa. You can get the ARVs from LVCT centers, public hospitals, private hospitals, yani anywhere. Bora ni a hospital, you can just walk in na ulizie, they are not being sold. Okay, so just to go back to what we were discussing, if you're joining us just now, the topic of the day is the effect of HIV and AIDS to the community. And let's now talk about the stigma and discrimination that comes with living with HIV and AIDS. We have naive people. Kuna watu bado, in as much as there's the education, there's the awareness. Yeah, you know what, these are our family members, these are our friends. Bado wako zile za wewe you are just careless. Not understanding HIV inaweza patikana from very many ways. Inaweza patikana in so many ways. So talk to those people.
Yes, I want to just say that HIV is something which is real, and we don't assume about HIV. And I want to tell those people who are stigmatizing those who are having the HIV, I want to tell them that they should help or support those people who are living in HIV and AIDS, and they should not look them with bad eyes.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe he is your brother or he is your sister, and sometimes it is very difficult for them to go to the hospital and get the drugs, and it is very, very important for you to just help them go, even when they are at home.
Yeah.
You can at least remind them to take those drugs.
Yes. So this,
it is. So we should just support those people who are living with HIV.
Yes. So support is the most important thing.
Yes.
Okay. So talking about, stigma, discrimination, and then awareness comes in. So how has creating awareness evolved over the years?
Creating awareness has evolved, and we have seen the result.
Yes.
And creating awareness is something that can just help you to know that indeed HIV is there, and we should prevent, we should be, what do we call it, care ourselves. We should take care of ourselves, and when we create that awareness, we help people to just know that HIV is real, and we take care of ourselves. We should not engage in immoralities, and that's all.
We insist Sarada immoralities. Okay, so let's now look at it from, the school perspective.
Yes.
Tukiwa shule, of course there's that part ukiwa class 6 you're taught HIV inamaanisha human deficiency virus, and then there's the AIDS part, but then hatupewi the details. So what are some of the efforts that are being put in place to make sure that HIV imewekwa kwa syllabus, imeingizwa into the curriculum, so that everyone is able to know from a young age, mtu akuwa akisoma anajua. So what are some of the efforts that have been put in place to deal with that?
Some of the efforts, just as you have said, the government should bring that topic of HIV and AIDS to the biggest, we just start them from the primary school, so that they can know, they can discuss about that topic of HIV and AIDS. Then we bring it to secondary, then to tertiary schools.
Yeah.
And when they learn about that topic, they will know very well that this is something which is there.
So has it already been included into the syllabus, ama bado?
It has been, but we have not taken it serious. Yes, we are lagging behind. We are just somehow just like we don't understand it very well, but it is there. So the government should just bring give more support about the topic.
Okay.
Yes.
So I was reading an article about one of the hospitals in the Lake region.
Yes.
One of the biggest things yenye ili come out from that article is the fact that it is a small clinic and there are so many people, and then unafika pale there is no drug, ama unafika pale service provider ni mmoja peke yake. Service provider is supposed to work with deal with almost like 100 patients. Kuna watu wenye wamekuja hapo kuchukulia watoto, kuna mtu amekuja kujichukulia, and then service provider mmoja peke yake ndio ako. What is the government really doing about this issue?
According to me,
Yeah.
because me personally, hata mimi nilishakuwa na mgonjwa kwa hospitali, and it is very very hectic to see your patient is not being treated because we have few professionals. And what the government should do, they should increase like more nurses, or they educate more nurses, so that after finishing their education they just give them that work. They should go to the hospital and help other officials, because by the way we have few nurses. Yes.
Okay, so and looking at it from the aspect drugs availability in these hospitals, atujui kama they're normally taken from, because ukiangalia the how do I call them, the numbers ama the provision ya madawa inakuanga ni we have distributed ARVs to public hospitals. We have distributed, but when you go to these public hospitals hakuna hizi dawa. The message you get is dawa zimeisha, dawa haziko, dawa hazijaletwa. Yet from this other end tumeleta dawa. Where is the misunderstanding coming in?
I think it's just from the government. The government, at least when they are distributing these drugs, they should ensure that the drugs reaches to every part of Kenya, every hospital.
Yeah.
Because this is when you can find that when you go to hospitals there are no drugs, but when you listen to TV unasikia at the government distributed.
Yeah.
So I think the government should come up with that follow-up, like what they were doing with the KML. Yes.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to change those people so that new people should come, people who don't do corruption, and those who are there, they should just have that humanity, and they should know very well that we are serving humans. So let us just provide that service without doing this cats and dogs
Yeah.
practices.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's look at it from the financial aspect now. Persons living with HIV and AIDS, mara mingi unapata their families are so drained most probably they've used a lot of money and then there is no money sasa, but then at the end of the day hawa tu lazima wakule, watoto lazima waende shule. Unapata sometimes it's the breadwinner who's suffering. Huyu mtu akiwa chini, meaning the whole family iko chini. How do you get to deal with that?
How we should deal with this is just to at least ensure other people should know very well that kwa hii nyumba kuna mtu akona shida, ndio. So at least if you have something you can bring so that can help this sick person, because this you can find that huyu mtu ana kitu na kuna mgonjwa, unaona, na huyu mgonjwa haizimpatia food, and wewe unaweza at least you can bring that of yours and yes.
So is it a matter of unajua unaweza kukiletewa chakula kila siku, kila siku. Is that what is going to happen for the rest of the time that you as the breadwinner ama the bread provider, the breadwinner wa familia ako?
I think that is just from the surrounding, because if we can depend on government, maybe government will tell you that I'll bring food, but they are not bringing. And this man, this person who akona mgonjwa, yeye pia anajaribu kupata, but it's not enough. So the community should come together and help.
Okay,
yes.
Let's now look at the barriers the barriers to increasing HIV and AIDS awareness in the community. What are some of the things zenye zina limit, especially we have a lot of NGOs like Boresha. What are some of the things zenye zina wa limit to get to the community?
First thing is like lack of enough resources. You can find that like sisi kama Boresha, we are able to reach the community and we know those people who are suffering from this disease, but we don't have enough resources. So if like the government can help NGO or can back up the NGO with this kind of resources, then at least they are able to reach this sick person.
Okay, guys, we are coming to the end of the second part of today's episode. Right about now, we are going on another break. And remember, keep following TAS TV. We are live on YouTube at TAS TV Official, on Facebook at TAS TV. And remember to follow Boresha Jamii CBO across all social media platforms. See you in a bit. Get informed on what is happening in our political scenes and people who are making headlines in different parts of the country and the world, right here at TAS TV. Join me, Lavin Nyagoa, as I bring to you weekly news highlights that are factual every Friday at 4 o'clock. See you then. Welcome to TAS Media Institute, the home of undiscovered talents. You will be trained by professionals who have a passion in what they do. Do not be left behind. Enroll now and become a pioneer of TAS Media Institute. We are located at Neema Plaza, second floor along Kenyatta Highway in Thika Town. Life can sometimes take unexpected turns, and this family story is no exception. When a gas explosion completely changed the course of their living, Mr. Joseph Lual and his family have been forced to face unimaginable hardships. But even in this phase of adversity, they have managed to persevere with so much resilience. And as the saying goes, adversity introduces you to yourself. Let's get the story of Mr. Joseph and his family.
So welcome to the first episode of Brain Busters. My name is Mwangi Dominic. Lotko barabara ya MKU. Tunauliza maswali tatanishi.
At TAS Media Institute, we let you discover your talent. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for choosing us any day, all day. And just a shout out, tuko na Falo Shaina, vipi hapo Lavin, niko tuned out Thika. Okay, asante sana Falo. I think you're the last one mwenye amekuja kwa nini. Okay, so let's get back to the topic of the day. Tuangalie sasa the aspect ya religion when it comes in. Tuko na zile kanisa ambazo people don't go to hospitals hata wakue wagonjwa, si ndio? So you as a community based organization, what are you doing to help this kind of people? Unajua vizuri you're sick, but then because your church does not allow you, a good example, let's use an example ya whatever is out here in the public, the Shakahola massacre. Watu wa Mackenzie, you're not supposed to eat, you're not supposed to do anything, because by so doing you will meet God. So how about how when they are sick but they're not supposed to go to hospital?
That's why as a CBO we are there, because when the religious group are trying to make us not to make those people not to go to hospital, then we will chip in and we'll just tell them the exact thing, that if you are sick, then it is possible for you, it is important for you to go to hospital. And if you can't go to hospital, then we can bring you some practitioners, so that at least they can treat you when you are at home. But treatment or getting drugs is important. Yes, and they should not differ themselves with that.
Okay, yes. So you talked about a lot of immorality, especially in the Lake region.
Yes.
So what is the how is the community ama CBOs like your organization, mnafanya nini just to make sure the immorality rate imerudi chini, and then people are now able to get the necessary information that they need on HIV and AIDS?
We have a lot of activities, by the way, and first of all, we are making them to be aware. We let them be aware that engaging in irresponsible behaviors are wrong. And when we come up with like football, we usually engage young students in the field of football. And apart from that, we come up with the items such as I've told you earlier that condoms, and we teach them on how to use them, so that when they are using them, we'll reduce that rate of
Infections.
Yes, infections.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have people living with HIV and AIDS, and of course there's something that the government is doing. So what are the support government inawapatia, what support hawa watu wenye wanaishi na HIV?
The government, what I've seen, the government is trying to make them, make it easier for those people who are having HIV to get free drugs in hospitals, and they are trying to ensure that those who are going to hospitals they get free medications, and that's a very good thing.
Of course, it's a very important role.
Yes.
And then of course there is the aspect the strategies that are are effective in reducing the rate at which HIV and AIDS inapatikana kwa the community. What are some of these strategies?
Some of the strategies, one is creating awareness. When we create awareness to the community, they will know very well that this is there and let us prevent it. And another thing is doing that education. We educate them about HIV and AIDS, the effect, the signs and symptoms, so that if they know the signs and symptoms, they go to hospital mapema ili hiyo nini sikae sana kwa mwili.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so just as we conclude, Boresha Jamii Initiative is a community-based organization that is in Thika, but I'm so sure si kila mtu anajua Boresha wako Thika.
Yes.
There is of course that percentage, tuseme probably 80% are aware, 20% are not aware. So give this 20% the information. Where can we find Boresha? How can we find Boresha? How can we reach them out?
Boresha Jamii is located in Thika town, a place called Neema Plaza, door number 23 and number 24. You can come there. We have counselors, we have development people, and if you come there, you can just get, like on Friday, there is free counseling. You just come there, get that free counseling, or if you want to pay, just come on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah.
And I think the price is not heavy.
It's affordable.
Yes, it's
very
affordable.
Very affordable. Yes.
Yes.
So yes, guys, I hope sijakukata. Yeah.
Because our
Okay. So yes, guys, we have come to the end of today's session. And the topic of the day was the effect of HIV and AIDS to the community. And so I hope umetoka na kitu. Sindio, umetoka na kitu. One of the biggest things that we as a community, we as, watu tunafaa kudeal nayo is stigmatization. It is one of the biggest diseases yenye inatuua, aside from even the HIV itself. So deal with stigmatization. These are our friends, these are our family, these are our siblings. Hakuna, because in one way or another mtu wako nayo ni sister yako,
yes,
ni brother yako, ni ndugu cousin yako, so it's more of family and any other person involved in that circle. Sindio?
Yes,
so
yes.
Give us your parting shots.
My parting shot is in that community where you are, you can get out of 10, you can get 2 people like having HIV and AIDS, and if they have that disease, at least ensure that you help him in one way or the other.
Yes.
Because huyo mwenye unaona hapo karibu ndio atakusaidia baadaye.
Yeah.
So usiache akufe hapo na wewe uko hapo. Kindly please let us help each other. Yes.
Okay, guys, so it has been amazing having you. To all my fans, to all my day one supporters, I love you so much. Thank you for always coming back, keeping it TAS TV. Remember to follow all our contents. Tuko na show kadhaa. Tomorrow we have reality check. I'll still meet you. I have an amazing guest for you tomorrow as well. So let's meet same time, same place next week. My name is Lavin Nyagoa, and this was Counting the Red Ribbon. Get informed on what is happening in our political scenes and people who are making headlines in different parts of the country and the world right here at TAS TV. Join me, Lavin Nyagoa, as I bring to you weekly news highlights that are factual every Friday at 4 o'clock. See you then.